Okay, guys, we're going to talk about setting up and preparing your Facebook page. There is going to be a live demo, so you'll have more of a hands-on explanation of everything. So that should be pretty seamless for you, but there are a few things that I want to cover. Firstly, when you're setting up your Facebook page, what you should not use are branded logos. Now, if you have a fan page about beer, don't use Bud or Heineken's logo as your profile picture. It gives the audience the wrong impression. And here is an example. I have several pages that have the name of a game or the name of a show, and I still have people messaging me asking me, when's the show going to be on? Hey, when's the next update coming out? Some people think that I am that company. You don't want to do that. Your page as a business, set it up as a community. Do not set your page up as a business when you're setting up the Facebook page. Reason being, and this is just a theory of mine, when you set it up as a business, the spectrum or the algorithm that Facebook uses to show it to the right people, I believe is not as beneficial as making it as a community. So what you could use is fun, creative wordplay. For example, I created a Star Wars page that had Star Wars memes, and I called it Star Wars The Memepire Strikes Back. Instead of the Empire Strikes Back, I put The Memepire Strikes Back. So fun, creative wordplay is good because it lets people know that you're not the official site, you're not the official page, and it also gives them a very, very quick snapshot of what the page is going to be about. So make it fun, creative with your wordplay. And then, like I said earlier, post your page as a community. If you don't post it as a community, then I feel that you're not going to have as much engagement as you should. People want to know that the page is a community, not a business. They're not out to get your money. You want people to come to a page that understands, hey, this is a community of people that find this stuff funny. I find this stuff funny. I want to be a part of this community. You need to have content as well. Now, back in the day, blogging was all the rage. It still can be. But the key rule was content is king. That is still true to this day. You have to have content on your page. That doesn't mean set up the page, post a couple things, and then just sit back and watch the fans roll in. They're going to get bored very quickly and very easily if you do not have content. The same example is if you went to a doctor's office 1 month to get a checkup, and then a month later you come and they have the same magazines right next to the chairs, the same exact issues, the same exact months, and then the next month the same exact issues, you're not going to pick up that magazine and read it. So you always want to have new content. So sit back. We're going to be doing a live demo of me setting up a Facebook page so you can hands-on see over the shoulder of what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. All right, guys, I'm going to create a Facebook page. I'm essentially going to walk you through a step-by-step on how I get everything set up. This initial video is going to be pretty straightforward. I'm not going to go into some really in-depth strategies because I want to just go through the basics on how to get a page set up and get it set up properly. That way, when you implement these strategies, things will start working out for you. So what I'm going to do is we're going to click on your main Facebook profile. So here we are. I'm going to click on Pages, and I'm going to just go to Create Page. When that pops up, this is where a lot of people aren't quite sure what to do, what to choose. Are they going to be a local business, a company, an entertainment brand or product, or a person? I personally have always chosen community. And I've thought about what I wanted my Facebook page to be, so I'm going to think of something kind of nerdy, which is who I am. I'm going to do Time Travelers Anonymous. And the reason I decided to do that page was because it kind of encompassed all of the geekiness or dorkiness or nerdiness that I am, but also allow me a very broad but targeted audience that I could appeal to. So at this next window here, it's asking you to set everything up. It asks you to put what you want to say your page is about. Well, you don't want anything too salesy, in my opinion. Since this is going to be a community page, and yes, you are going to be selling on it, a community page is just that, a community. So think of something that's going to be friendly, something that people are going to see and go, oh, okay, yeah, this is a page I might be able to join. So since this is Time Travelers Anonymous, I'm going to say something like, when you're stuck in the temporal rift, sometimes humor goes a long way. Because the reason I put that is this particular page is going to be catered towards nerdy stuff such as Doctor Who, time traveling, Back to the Future, stuff like that. And I just want to be able to post memes and content that is humorous, that caters to time traveling humor. And that might sound silly to you, but since it's a category that I'm interested in, I'm going to be able to find some interesting stuff. So when you're stuck in the temporal rift, sometimes humor goes a long way. For my Facebook website, I'm just going to put Time Travelers Anonymous. And I'm going to click Save Info. All right, so we're going to set up a profile picture. Now, the one thing that I would like to mention about a profile picture is it needs to be designed to capture the attention of your broad targeted audience. For example, if you had a fan page about basketball, or you're going to sell basketball related memorabilia or anything along those lines, maybe having your picture or your profile picture being of Michael Jordan, a funny picture of Michael Jordan, or a funny picture of Kobe Bryant, or something like that, would be something useful because it allows your audience to immediately associate themselves if they're interested in basketball. So since I'm setting up a Time Travelers Anonymous page, I want to create or use a picture that I think would be funny to people that understand time travel humor. Now, you might not understand time travel humor, but that's okay. You're not my audience. So what I would do is I would go into google.com and I would just type in time travel memes. And I'd click on the images tab, and I would just sort through all of these. Now, there's a lot of these funny memes, actually. Some of these are pretty entertaining. So what I would do is I would find one that I like, and I'm going to click on this one. And I'm not going to choose that one. And I'm going to, I like this one. What if sleep is just time travel to breakfast? And I'm going to click this. I'm going to save it. We're going to upload from the computer, and I'm going to choose it, and there is my profile picture. I'm going to click Next, and I'm going to add to favorites. The reason it asks you this is it just allows you to easily find it, and since this is going to be a new page, I suggest you add it to favorites because you're going to be frequenting that place often. You click Next again, preferred page audience. Right here, I would skip this part because right now what you want to do is you want to focus on the content of the page before you start worrying about boosting the page itself. So I'm going to click skip on that. Once this loads up, you're going to get a few little pop-up windows asking you about everything. It's telling you to get around. I just close all of that. You can look at those if you'd like, but I'm going to go over these each individually. Obviously, when you set up a page, it's very, very similar to an actual Facebook profile. You have your typical status, your videos that you can post. You can like it. Now, here's the thing. I personally do not recommend liking your own page. The reason being is because if your page starts getting huge, you're going to find other marketers are going to notice that page. And if they see that you're a fan of that page and you guys are mutual friends, they might utilize that page to capitalize off of ideas that you're already coming up with. I know that sounds like that's a very shady thing to do, but it does happen. I highly recommend you not like your own page. You already have it in your favorites, so you shouldn't have any issues. So now that we have this page here, we have the side here. It gives you all of your information. If you want to boost your page, your about section. When you want to promote your website, this promoting or adding your website would be your Shopify store that you're going to start directing people to. If you don't have a Shopify store yet, just leave that blank. You don't have to have a website in there. And honestly, having your website in the About section is not going to make or break your business. So what we want to do now is come up with some content. And in order to come up with some content, what I like to do is create a folder on my desktop, and I just named my folder Time Traveler, and you're going to want to start finding memes and content that you can share. So I already have my time travel meme page set up. So what I do is I just grab these pictures from the time travel meme page and I just drag everything down into the folder. That's my fault. And I'm going to pause this while I gather a few of these. All right, so what I have done is I've found right around 7 or 8 memes that I think will be good content. So I'm going to go back to my page, and here's where you set up your page. I'm going to click on my photo video here. I'm going to upload one picture. I'm going to choose this one in Time Traveler. I'll choose this one first, and I'm going to create a quick caption. And this caption could be anything from, "Oh, Dwight," because he's from The Office, "you always have all the facts." And I'm going to publish it. I'm going to do that with the next one. I'm going to choose this one with exhibit, and I'm going to say, you know, for this one, I'm not even going to say anything. I'm just going to schedule it to post at 9 p.m. tonight. I'm going to choose another one, and I'm going to schedule this one for tomorrow at 5 p.m. And it does not matter what times I'm posting the original content. I want to stress this. It does not matter when I'm posting it, as long as you're doing one a day for your initial setup. Eventually, you're going to want to do maybe 2 to 3 times a day, but that comes in time. But what you want is you just want your page to start populating with a little information, because once you start bringing people and boosting your page, you want to make sure you have a steady stream of content so that when they like your page and they like maybe a meme you had posted, the next day there's going to have another meme or another piece of content that they can like. So I'm going to go ahead and click my video. I'm going to choose one more. For this one, since it is kind of catered towards nerdy bandwidth, internet-related stuff, and I'm going to schedule this one for the 19th at 5 p.m. And so now I've scheduled 3 posts. So I have today, I have tomorrow, and I have the next day. I'm going to post one more, so I have essentially 3 or 4 days of content. So I'm going to schedule that for the 20th, and I'll just do that one in the morning. So now we have our basic setup for our page ready to go. The next thing I might do is add a cover photo. That can come later. You don't have to have a cover photo right off the bat. It is nice to have a cover photo, especially for certain ads that you run, but right now it's not that imperative. Now that the initial page is set up, we can start going into promoting your page or doing what's called a page-like campaign. So in the next video, we're going to run down how we're going to do this page-like campaign, the targeting process of what you're trying to accomplish, and hopefully we can start getting fans to your page on a very minimal budget. So stay tuned.